Shout out to everybody worldwide. Shout out to everybody that support Family Table Talk. I mean, we here today, man, just to hit y'all with, human trafficking. I saw this video, and I just wanted to share this video with y'all. You know what I mean, for y'all to check it out, man, because human trafficking, organ trafficking, sex trafficking is it's a serious thing in this world right now. And the media don't really touch on, they don't really touch on it as much as they should, but it definitely affects families and people's lives out here with human trafficking. So you know what I mean. So we just want to come. Let me hit y'all with a video. I'm trying to do some. Different things.
Right.
And I wanted to share this with my daughter. About this. So
you watched this?
Yeah.
But I haven't seen this.
She ain't watched it. And
we're gonna see what this is.
Shout out to Troy's TV. He actually did the video, and it was it was really I like that he took the time out to actually make this video and to try to enlighten people about human trafficking, because it's serious, man.
Yeah, it is.
And it's scary too. You know what I'm saying, for young people, and like as teenagers, young children, and adults, because adults get freaking snatched up too. So it's serious. So let's get into this video, man.
Let's go.
Some viewers may find this disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, my wonderful sweet babies. It's Destined Choice, and for today's video, I really want to get on here and speak about the epidemic of human trafficking. Now, as we all know, over 500,000 kids go missing every single year in just America alone.
So,
and of course, the media...
500,000 children go missing in America every year. That's a lot of children, bro.
Yeah, that is.
So, I think some of the children are being some of them being sex trafficked. Some of them are being killed, where they taking their organs. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, bro. You know what I'm saying? But 500,000, that's a lot of children. That's a lot of children, bro.
That is.
That's just like.
And they're all different ages.
All different ages, disappear. Like, you don't know what happened.
All different nationalities.
Right. So it's. Go ahead.
Talks about it, because of course the media is too busy talking about this virus that's clearly bullshit, which of course it's real, but we all know it's being overhyped into something that it's really not. But it's funny how all we hear about nowadays is just the pandemic and the vaccine that nobody wants to fucking take. People try to make it seem like that just because we're in the middle of a pandemic, human trafficking numbers have gone down significantly, because apparently everybody's inside and all the kids are homeschooled, which is complete bullshit. And let me just say that a lot of people mentally checked out of the pandemic 4 months in. When kids go missing, no one ever fucking cares or talks about it. I remember back in the day, we would always see kids on the milk cartons, right? If you guys are old enough, you guys would know kids used to be on the milk carton.
You seen kids on the milk cartons?
Yeah, like you.
I ain't never seen that before.
You was blessed that you wasn't on the milk carton.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because all it takes is for 3 grown men to have a van and then throw you in that joint.
Yeah.
What can you do? If you 10, 11, 12 years old, like even if you 16, 17 years old, what can you do with 3 grown men that just want to just grab you, throw you inside one of the vans that you can't, they create these vans to where it's like kind of soundproof, and they drug you too the whole time. But yeah, like back in the days, all on the milk cartons.
Now when you go to Walmart, there's a big
sign
board
that
they pin, and you don't ever see anybody stopping and looking at it, or nobody ever pays it mind. You just walk right past it,
because know why? Because
I never knew that they put them on milk cartons. That's crazy.
Because you know why? Because it's not affecting them. Anything that's not affecting people, then to them it's whatever until it happens to them, and then one of their children become up missing, then it hits home. But it should hit home for everybody, and like my opinion, because any child that's come up missing, we should be really be trying to educate ourselves. But I'm gonna get into that. But go ahead, finish playing the video.
They go missing. Nowadays, you don't see that shit
17.
anymore. People don't waste their time putting up posters because people don't even want to snitch. People don't run their mouth and say what they saw, who they know, because people are scared of being sucked into these kind of things. So in most cases, when kids go missing, kids end up going missing. And they usually say that when your kid is missing for more than 48 hours, they're either being human trafficked or they're either dead. But to a certain extent, I think it's very important that we hold parents accountable. Because believe it or not, most human trafficking victims and most people who are actually abducted, most of them are actually runaways, believe it or not. And I feel like if we don't hold parents accountable, we're missing the bigger picture here. A lot of these kids that run away from home are actually leaving home because their parents are either one, abusive as fuck, they're being molested at home, or 3, their parents are neglectful and don't give them any attention. Now, don't get me wrong, I get that sometimes it's difficult to be a parent, but a lot of these kids who really run away, get abducted, and get forced into human trafficking, a lot of times it'd be the parents' fault because they don't be doing their job as parents.
One of the number one things why children, and I do kind of blame the parents, because the parents supposed to be hands-on with their children. You're supposed to know where your children are, who they with, who house that they going into. Like, you should know that. You should want to know that. But when you let your children just go out to the world and you don't know where they are, who they with, you don't know what can happen to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? And that's something that's your responsibility to know where your children are at all times, what they doing, who they hanging with. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they don't care about that.
Right.
So that's an issue for me.
Yeah.
You know? So
that's true.
Forced into human trafficking, a lot of times it'd be the parents' fault because they don't be doing their job as parents to make sure that their kids feel safe, secure, fine, and safe at all. So I want to talk about this particular situation right here where a young girl basically ran away from home, where, by the way, this was 3 weeks ago, and at first I thought this was just a girl who just got snatched up in a car somewhere, but this is a girl who actually ran away at 12 years old.
Is pleading for her safe return. That's right. As you can imagine, Riley, 12-year-old Christina Cochran's parents are worried about her, and so are police. In fact, they called in the FBI to help with the search. Her mom and dad say because she's so young, she's vulnerable, and they just want her home. 12-year-old Christina Cochran was last seen by family on Garrard Avenue near Chatham Parkway around 7 p.m. on May 17th. She's 5'4", weighs 140 pounds. Last seen wearing a pink and black shirt with flames, jeans with green lettering, and a long ponytail. Chatham County Police, along with the Savannah Board of Education, police hit the pavement at Savannah Gardens Apartments, passing out over 150 flyers and talking to dozens of residents in hopes of finding Christina.
So
that's crazy.
So your opinion on looking at that? Do you think that she gonna come back home?
I mean,
like, you hope.
I hope, yeah.
But she ran away from home at 14. I mean at 12 years old.
Everybody knows that the risk of somebody not coming back home, it strengthens as time goes on. Like,
right.
The longer they're missing for, it's more that you have to prepare yourself for, of them not coming home or of them not being alive anymore or whatever the case is. Like, for weeks and months to be missing is not, like, I don't know. I would hope that she comes back home.
I mean, that's a hope, but 9 times out of 10, she either got put in.
But 3 weeks?
Yeah, like 9
is
times out of 10.
a long time.
Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, she probably got put in some type of sex ring, or she's, God forbid that she's murdered and they killed her and then took her organs, because organ trafficking is big business. You know what I'm saying? Like, they kill young people for their organs, their kidneys, their livers, their heart, anything that's inside you organ trafficking is big business. Yeah. And this is what people doing out here. He just said over 500,000 children missing every year. That's a lot of children. And then majority of them are like, they're not even found. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
But like 3 weeks to like 2 months, like, things that they're doing it's a process. It takes a long time to be able to do that. Right. So like, I feel like anything beyond a week is like,
it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's
because they said 48 hours is a long time.
Yeah, sad to say it's over. It's not even.
But you're going on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
and then 2 weeks, and then a month. Like,
yeah, that's just parenting is not. That's just bad parenting. Not keeping track of what your children. You have a right to put trackers on your children's phone, they computers, they laptop, knowing who they talking to. Because majority of the time, they probably talking to a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they getting familiar with somebody online that's really dangerous. And he or she is probably a predator that want to take them anyway.
Yeah.
Because like I say, it's big business. If they could get a girl like 12 years old and put her in a sex freaking trafficking ring,
especially when it comes to a runaway,
it's runaway,
a completely different situation,
right?
Than just walking down the street and you get snatched,
right?
Because she intended to do something when she ran away,
right? Which
probably could have put her in a very dangerous spot that she wasn't aware of, like.
Yeah, because this world is dangerous.
Yeah.
And like everybody on the internet ain't your friend. But get back into it.
She is considered to be a runaway, and repeated efforts to find her and confirm that she's okay have been unsuccessful. Her mom had this message for her daughter.
Please, Christina, come home. You're not in no trouble. We just want you to show up, you know, so we can put hands on you and know that you're okay and safe and sound.
See, and here's another thing. I could not function as a parent or as a grandparent knowing that one of my children or my grandchildren is missing. I could not function, bro. I couldn't even like I couldn't even talk to them. Like, I would be so pissed off and so worried because you don't know what your child is going through. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? They being forced to do things or they murdered. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like you don't know where they are. You know, like they be shipping these children overseas, putting them in like foreign countries, shipping them. You like remember the movie Taken?
Yeah.
Like that's real.
Yeah.
Like that really happens, bro. To young females, bro. Especially young females. You know what I'm saying? But as a parent, I couldn't, I couldn't even function, bro. No way. Mm-hmm. No way. Like it. Anyway, go ahead.
You can call home, you can text me, or whatever you want to do. But we need to know where your whereabouts are, so you can come home, baby.
Like they so calm.
We love you.
I can't.
Christina's mother was joined by her father and the family's pastor.
I hope the girl makes it home, but I really want people to investigate the parents and figure out why these kids are running away from home. A lot of these girls that get abducted, kidnapped, pressured into human trafficking, or just go missing, a lot of them really are runaways, and I want people to start investigating these parents and figuring out why these kids feel so unsafe and uncomfortable at home to where they gotta run out in the streets. Right. I just don't get it. So let's be honest here. We can say that these human traffickers ain't shit, but what are these parents doing? Are these parents talking to their kids? Are these parents educating their kids? Secondly, I don't really like the fact that a lot of parents are out here giving their kids way too much damn freedom. Young adults are the most vulnerable because people who are like 16, 17, 18 years old, those are typically people who are trying to look for a summer job. They're just out of high school or school's out, summer's on, and they're looking for a job so that way they can stack up money over the summer before they go back to school. A lot of times, human traffickers will put these little posters everywhere that say you can make $80, $60, $100 a day. All you gotta do is show up. When you show up, call this number and we'll pay you. And a lot of times they give no description, no address, no company, no LLC, none of that stuff. People just show up to these things, call that number, and before you know it, people are kidnapped, smashed up, chopped into a million pieces and thrown into a van. One thing about human trafficking, a lot of people
that's so they out here putting up fake flyers for jobs, and then like that's how they getting these children too. I think that as parents we need to educate ourselves on the prevention of human trafficking. Mm-hmm. We have to educate ourselves. I think experts need to come together and they need to come up with the best solutions, and they need to go from state to state and really educate young people on what to watch out for with prejudice. I'm talking about from online. I'm talking about like flyers. I'm talking about even friends, so-called friends, because it'd be a lot of recruiters. It'd be older people, or it'd be somebody that be your age, and they'd be like, yo, I'm having a party tonight, XYZ, come over, and then they drug you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now you is being freaking freaking sex trafficked, or you dead. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like we need to be educated on how to prevent and what to watch out for with these predators.
Yeah, that's fine.
And like he said, these parents need to start being investigated. Like they need to be investigated, because why would a child that's 11, 12 years old, 13 years old need to be running away from home?
Yeah.
Like what we did, like you home, that's your safest place. Mm-hmm. That's your safe haven with your family. So a lot of these parents, man, like this world is crazy.
But I mean, some of them are just rebellious, and some of them are coerced by the people that they're going to.
That's true.
So, I mean, for all we know, that the 12-year-old girl could have been coerced into leaving.
Right.
And then whatever.
Right.
But I do agree with the parents as well.
Yeah, that's bad. Go ahead.
You know, when people are kidnapped, snatched up, chopped into a million pieces and thrown into a van. One thing about human trafficking that a lot of people don't know is human trafficking is low-key like a pyramid scheme. Now, a good example is this. I came across a YouTube video where a woman by the name of Tony Rivera went on a show, and she basically described how she used to help abduct teenage girls and help human traffickers recruit women. And basically she gave out a lot of tips on how a lot of teenage girls were always targeted and all the methods she used to use to target teenage girls.
What's the difference between recruiting and kidnapping? It's not. So it's the same.
How is she
on TV
standing
talking about this? Exactly.
and sitting there?
Exactly. How she even...
Which, whether or not she still does it or not, but how's she not...
That's crazy.
Nah,
like she on the show talking about freaking recruiting young girls, and the police should be on her behind and being like, well, who you was working for? She should be investigated. Like, so like what's the whole sense of this show if she was doing it?
I don't care if it was you was doing that junk 20 years ago.
Exactly.
People still get convicted for crimes that they did decades ago.
That's crazy.
What's the difference between recruiting and kidnapping? It's not. So it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Even once you talk to them and they willingly go with you, that's still considered kidnapping.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they're gonna want to go home, and you're gonna hit them with the brainwash technique. That's what we call it.
Okay.
How did that work?
You owe me.
Really?
You owe me. And my stomping grounds for recruitment was churches.
Oh wow.
Wow, churches.
Wow.
That was my place of interest.
Wow.
How would you approach somebody?
How would you approach?
How would you approach somebody at church?
You just go home. You go to church every Sunday. Do your homework on that person, that one person. You see her or him going up to the altar Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. You know he's going for something. He's praying for something. And usually I had my times where I would do my recruiting. It's called shopping season. So I would go during Christmas, during Thanksgiving.
And what would you look
Halloween.
for? Because we're trying to teach here.
Yeah.
What would you look for specifically?
The week.
The week. How would you be able to
know? Yeah.
Just conversation, have a conversation with them. Come up to them.
So she going in the house of the Lord to recruit young men and women to put them in some type of human trafficking, whatever it is, sex or organ or whatever she doing. So she in the church.
She walked up in the church.
Instead of her being in the church to change her life,
Like
and
a
change
demon.
herself. Yeah. So
Nah, she got it.
So this is a eye opener for me, because
It don't matter where you go.
it don't matter where you are, who you with. It's always prejudice. It don't matter. They come in all shapes, forms, and sizes, and colors. It don't matter. Everybody ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? So she in the church doing this. That's cold blooded, bro. That's wicked. And it's like she ain't even really saying she's sorry for it. It's like it's no remorse with her, really. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
Just conversation, have a conversation with them. Come up to them, yo, or her, yo, you good? What you I see you going up to the altar a lot. just making small talk. She's going to tell me eventually what she want, what she praying for. Like I say, the shopping seasons, Easter time. You're either praying for that money for your spring break, that prom dress. You want something. Your mom need help with the bills, something. So I'm going to present it to you.
So you provided that thing that they were praying for.
But once you try to leave, you owe me. Sex trafficking, you're going to do it. You ain't getting paid for it. More than likely, you're going to be going from state to state, town to town. You're going to be in a stable. You're going to be on track.
You're being held against your will.
You're held against your will.
Right. It's pretty much in prison.
Yes.
And she did this. She wicked as hell. You feel what I'm saying? She wicked as hell. She did this to young people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's why you can't trust people, bro. You really can't trust people. That's I would never want to do that to a child, bro. Set them up to get taken and then be freaking treated like garbage. That's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? She should be freaking indicted and freaking and put in prison, locked the freaking away, bro. This is what I be telling y'all, man. You can't trust nobody. Trust nobody. I'm telling y'all. Trust nobody. That's crazy. Go ahead. That's crazy.
Considering that, a lot of people will do everything they can to get their hands on you if they're willing to sell you. There's people who literally will pretend to be your Uber driver, pretend to be your taxi cab, and they will do everything in their power to make sure to get you in their car. Once they get you in their car, most people don't look in the back seat. There's somebody in the back seat, they tranquilize you, they choke you, and then before you know it, you're passed out and you're on your way to a foreign country being sold off for marital reasons. And they sell products for self-defense on Amazon. I don't mean to make anybody paranoid, but you kind of have to always watch your back and make sure you're safe. If you're someone that walks alone or you always walk to your car at night after work, you gotta make sure you have something to protect yourself. Rather it's pepper spray, a pocket knife, cat's claw, anything. A pocket knife is completely legal. Pepper spray is completely legal depending.
They got the taser gun?
To me, I don't think women should never go anywhere without being with somebody. You know what I'm saying? If it's friends, that's cool. But late at night, you leave in the mall, let's say you work at a hospital and you leave in the hospital, I would definitely ask the security or somebody to walk you to your car. You know what I mean? Always be with somebody to like escort you somewhere, because like I said, they just waiting for you. Like I remember last winter, they was talking about people was getting snatched up in vans during the holiday season, where it was like maybe three people or 5 people, and they was like snatching people. And then I'm throwing them in their vans. They was doing that, and then they was I heard that they was putting stuff on people's cars, like flyers, to where if you touch it and then put your hand on your face, you would get knocked out from whatever chemical they was putting on the flyers. Yeah, like that, like they do stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? So like you gotta be watching your surroundings at all times.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's gonna happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's crazy.
Country you live in, and a stun gun in a lot of cases is completely legal. Or you could take a self-defense class, but I mean, come on, who got time for that? If you're anything like me, because fun fact, I can't fight at all. I fight like a little bitch. So since I can't fight, I carry all these things. But what I really recommend for a lot of you guys who can't get access to these things, if you don't want to buy them on Amazon, you can go to your local hardware store, or you can go to your local camper store, and you can get you some bear spray. I highly recommend this. Only bring it if you're going somewhere where you feel like you're going to be in danger. Get you some fucking bear spray. That shit will fuck somebody up. It'll fuck up anybody in the vicinity, and it'll give you a chance to run. You just spray any bitch nearby, and everybody going down. Everybody choking, everybody getting blind. And if a human trafficker get near me, I'm not about to fight. I don't believe in putting my hands on people's kids. So at the end of the day, if someone gets near me, tries to kidnap me, I'm just going to fuck them up with my bear spray and touch them with my bear spray. And then they're going to get fucked up and they're going to get blind, and they're not going to be able to see anymore. So I'm good. They'll think twice before they try to touch somebody ever again. So that's just my recommendation. But if you're scared and you don't want to hurt people, you could just buy one of these little alarms right here. Like, it'll give you ample opportunity to run. All you got to do is pull the cord, throw it, and then it'll ring loud as hell and give you time to run and get help.
This up to your ear. Hands go where there's pain.
right?
Yeah.
So instinctively, your hand would come off and cover your ear, just to let you know what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about you, but forget that alarm situation. If somebody trying to harm you,
you
ain't getting no alarm.
No, you're not. It's not
like
because it happened. The best defense to not getting caught up in that is educating yourself. Is like I said, is books out there, is DVDs out there. I think that hopefully one day I want to actually educate myself even more and like do a program for people, because we need to fight back. You know what I'm saying? With human trafficking, like we have no choice but to fight back, because these people don't care about your life. They don't care about your family, what your family go through. They suffering, not knowing what happened to you. Like, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's traumatic, like not knowing what happened to your child, if they're alive or dead. That's horrible for any parent that really care about their children. I'm not talking about the one that don't care, but I'm talking about the one that really cares.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But we have to educate ourselves, and you have to pay attention to your surroundings. You have to peep the game. You just can't be shopping somewhere and then fall asleep. You gotta watch people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I have a gift from the Father to where when I go outside, I calm myself down. And like ever since I was young, I had this gift where I calm myself down and everything is like slow motion, to where I can hear like people having a conversation. Like it could be somebody over there having a conversation, somebody over here, somebody over there, and I can actually hear what they're saying. I slow everything down so I see everything slow. You know what I'm saying? But people be so shopping and they be doing this and doing that and not really paying attention to what's going on, and then that's how they get caught. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Caught slipping. You feel what I'm saying? So stay on your A game, because it's real out here. Yeah, so stay on your A game, because I mean, like this really just hurts my heart, man. And you know, this is I feel sorry for the children. I feel sorry for the parents that have to go through that type of trauma. You know what I mean? Not be able to know what happened to their children. It's and the government is not doing nothing about it at all. Because you know why the government ain't doing nothing about it? Because they are in on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Human trafficking is big business. Yeah. A human body is a lot of money. A lot of money. Mm-hmm. The things that's inside you, it's a lot of money. Your organs, it's a lot of money. Sex, it's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta like really band together and come up with some type of solutions just to educate ourselves on how to prevent. Because that's because you be educated don't mean that it's gonna stop. Yeah. But at least you can have some type of skills and be aware of what to watch out for. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's true.
It's crazy.
And it's not that, oh my God, that's the scariest sound I've ever heard. It's bad guys don't want an audience.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, well, forget this, and probably take off.
Most people only care about their own ego, their own self-awareness, their own well-being, and they can give two fucks about yours. So, human traffickers a lot of times have no empathy at all. They're narcissistic pieces of shit, and believe it or not, we live in a world where narcissism is taken over. There are even some instances where a lot of people will sell their kids in human trafficking just so that human trafficker can sell that kid to another family that can't even have kids. It gets deeper than that. Wow. Sometimes a lot of these kids will be sold as young as literally 5 months into human trafficking, and they'll be coerced into sex.
So here's how the nationwide crackdown worked. We're showing you raw video taken by the FBI as agents and their local police partners are searching through dating apps, websites, looking for women who they're described to me as looking young. Undercover agents often arrange to meet with the women, and that is when arrests are made, and those children, thankfully, are given over to given services to help them recover. Now, aside from the 3 kids rescued in Atlanta, another child was also rescued in Augusta. 3 men arrested in Atlanta under allegations they traveled to the area to meet with a minor for sex. 58 people were arrested in the metro area in total, and that includes several women arrested and charged with prostitution. Here are the mugshots of 4 women who Atlanta police arrested. This is all part of a nationwide FBI operation. In all, 84 kids were rescued nationwide. More than 120 alleged traffickers were arrested. And Vinny, this is hard to say. The youngest child rescued was in Denver, Colorado. The girl, only 3 months old.
You know, it's stuff like this that make me really think. The older I get, the more grateful I become that my parents never let me do any sleepovers. I was never allowed to sleep at anybody's house. I was never allowed to hang out with people. And my parents didn't let me do shit. And now I see why, because of shit like this. And even though my parents were too damn strict, at least I could say I was protected. My parents did not play that shit at all. They were very strict. When it came down to going to a friend's house, going to a sleepover, the answer was always no, no, no. Sit your ass down somewhere. No, no, you can't go. No. Oh wait, you want to go? Okay, let me see their tag number. Let me see their IDs. Let me see how they look. Let me see how the car looks.
And that's good that he has parents that was like that, because children always think that the parents is children always think that the parents is trying to mess up them having fun. No, this is a dangerous world, bro. We ain't trying to mess up your fun. We just trying to keep you safe. Yeah. Because everybody don't have love for you. They don't value you the way your father and mother may value you. So to you just a commodity to them. You just, you know what I mean, money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they about using you about to get in that bag by any means necessary. By putting you in some sex or freaking killing you and then freaking taking whatever's in you out of you. I mean, to get that money. So, you know what I mean? They about that. They're not about like your well-being. They can care less. So that's good that his parents did that.
Yeah, it is.
Let me talk to their parents. Let me meet their parents. Let me have a conference with their parents. Let me see them at your school. Did they go to your school? How old are they? How tall are they? My parents were always asking all the right questions. And even though they were a little bit too strict to the point where it fucked with my mental health, I got to a point where I just stopped asking them. And I now realize as an adult that they were just trying to protect me from the evils and the dangers of the world. You know, a good example is even stuff like this. There are times where growing up, I would always see these flyers that say, help wanted, looking for teens, looking for young kids, paying you $60, $80, $100 a month, free candy. All you gotta do is work. You can make X amount of money every month. And a lot of times, a lot of parents and a lot of kids will fall for these kind of things, but it takes somebody having to die or somebody get kidnapped for a lot of people to wake up from these kind of things. Human traffickers are getting smarter, so a lot of times parents have to be as strict as they are now. And don't get me wrong, I get it. It's not as easy as it seems to keep your eye on your damn kid all the time, but you have to do everything you can to make sure you keep your eye on your kid, because the black market is real and they are making sure that they harvest as many organs from the youth as they can. Please be mindful that a lot of times when kids get snatched up and kidnapped, it's not always about sex work. Sometimes they want that kid's bone and marrow, they want that kid's kidneys, they want their colons, they want every single thing that's in that child, because children have the highest vibration. But then again, you can't really protect your kids or teach your kids anything if you're just sheltering them and caging them. You should be educating your kids and teaching your kids about the dangers of the world. They shouldn't have to find out through social media. They shouldn't have to find out through other friends, or they shouldn't have to find out when something negative happens. You should be teaching your kids how to say no. You should be teaching your kids how to turn the other way and how to walk the other way when they see something dangerous. You should be teaching your kids how to run when they're in danger, how to dial 911, how to call for help, all that kind of stuff. Also, do yourselves a favor and look up the local sex offenders in your city. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Look up the local sex offenders in your actual neighborhood. All you gotta do is type in registered sex offenders near me or registered sex offenders, insert the state or city you live in. You can only mainly do this in America. I believe there's access to it in Canada and in many other countries, in like the UK or whatever, but you can actually do this in many of the states in the US. Look up registered sex offenders near you and look up the kind of shit they're even locked up for. Believe it or not a lot of those people are molesters. A lot of those people are actual child traffickers. A lot of people were actual child trafficking pyramid schemes. A lot of these people were told, if you bring me X, Y, and Z child, I'll give you a couple $100s. A lot of these people served their time, or a lot of people didn't even really do much time because of a lack of evidence, but a lot of these people were forced to register as sex offenders, and you can find out who exactly was involved in that kind of shit. So do yourself a favor and just look it up. You'll be surprised the kind of shit you'll find. Now, again, there's an actual website called the National Sex Offender Public Website that you can actually go on, and if you live anywhere in America, you can find out sexual offenders that live near you in your area. A lot of this is public information. It puts their mugshot, it puts how far they live from you. It'll also put the crime they actually did. A lot of these people are tied to doing lewd and salacious acts with minors, involved with minors, child pornography, and some of them are even involved with recruiting people for sex trafficking. And yes, a lot of these people are free and live near schools near your children. So there's a lot of laws that actually allow them to live within 8 miles at least within a school. Not too far, not too close to a school. So if you have children, I recommend every single one of you guys go on this website, or if you just want to protect yourself, check out this website. It'll literally give you every single sex offender all over that's registered in America near your address. It'll tell you how many miles they are from you, and all you have to do is just go on and protect yourself. That's all I'm going to say. And it's also safe to admit that the only people on that list are people who touch children or involved with children being touched. But I really want to stress this specifically because there was a recent situation that literally happened a couple months ago in a neighborhood in Milwaukee where a predator moved in the area and no one had any idea. So come to find out, this predator was actually snatching up neighborhood children all across Milwaukee and forcing them, right along with a lot of other evil people, to force these kids into human trafficking and salacious acts. Come to find out, word spread around this Milwaukee neighborhood, and people pulled the fuck up and fucked this house up to see if any of their missing children were in that area. And a lot of neighbors were actually pissed the fuck off because a lot of people didn't even know that this particular person lived in this area and was out here snatching up kids. And per usual, if it weren't for social media, the cops would have never found out.
Things quickly became tense after police had boarded up that property, and people in the crowd started.
Stop going on social media telling people what y'all gonna do. Just do that, John. Know what I'm saying? Just do that, John. Like y'all go on social media too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Telling people what you about to do today. Because the cops is gonna protect his property. But you know what I'm saying? These dudes don't need to be protected. They need to be freaking straight up down our society.
And they don't know if their kids is in his house anyway.
Exactly.
Like, nobody's gonna sit there and stare at a house that your kid might be in and just sit there and wait for people to see or for people to know about it. Like,
yeah, like this government and the agencies, the FBI, the CIA, the freaking police department, they not doing nothing about human trafficking. They know that they're not doing nothing about it. It's our responsibility to take care of ourselves. It's our responsibility. We can't depend on this government. You know what I'm saying? We can't depend on these politicians. It's up to us to educate ourselves and take care of our families, our community. It's up to us to do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't care, bro.
Yeah.
They can care 2 cents. He said over 500,000 children missing every year. If that don't bother you, I don't know what to tell you.
As young as 3 months.
That's crazy. You feel me? That's crazy. 500,000 every year children is missing.
Right.
Come on, man. Nah.
Smashing windows of the house that officers had boarded up, trying to break in there. Now, that house, according to people in the crowd here, is known as a sex trafficking house that they believe one or both of these 2 girls had been seen here a few days ago. And family members say that the girls have been found. I did interview a family member here on scene. They told me that the girls have been found by family this afternoon. Police, however, are not confirming. They say that family has not gotten a hold of them, and the people here are still here upset, even though they've heard that these girls have been found, because they don't believe police have been doing their due diligence in these investigations, searching for missing girls now or in the past, and they also want all of these houses on the street investigated. Listen to what one had to say earlier.
It's the whole street.
If these girls went missing 2 days ago, where the hell was the Amber Alert? Because I never got one. I never saw one to my phone. I never got alerted about any missing kids. So where was the Amber Alert? This entire city is failing our black children. And that's facts. This entire city is, from the top down. And everybody needs to go.
If you actually look up missing children in insert the state you live in, there's always a missing kid, but you never get an Amber Alert. Let's be honest here. Most of us literally only get an Amber Alert probably 2 times a month. Or probably once every 6 months, or at least 3 times a year. Most of us never get an Amber Alert at all. But it's interesting how if you were to type in missing children and you insert your state or county you live in, you would notice that you never get an Amber Alert for all these missing kids. Now, one thing I really got to speak on is there's this one particular method that a lot of human traffickers use on a lot of young girls. This is called the lover boy method that a lot of people use. I learned this in a documentary. But for the most part, a lot of grown-ass men will try to holler at young girls and try to coerce young girls into dating them, doing things with them, and then eventually they'll use that young girl as a way to make money. So that's why I always tell young girls in my videos, stay the fuck away from grown-ass men. A good example is 14-year-old Diana Dudes. If you guys didn't know, Diana was a 14-year-old girl who's been missing in Cobb County, Georgia for the past 2 weeks. She's been missing since literally June 1st. And mind you, her parents have no idea what her whereabouts are. She lived in a gated residential community, and her parents let her go out for a walk, which makes no sense because they let her go out alone. Now, some way somehow she found her way out of the gated community, and some way somehow her parents assumed that she might have been with 2 boys that she met up with on Snapchat, which I'm confused about because how the hell her parents know her Snapchat password?
At noon, the parents of 14-year-old Diane Dodds need your help to bring her home. She left from her home in Ackworth Tuesday for a walk around the neighborhood, she told her parents. Well, this now makes 48 hours since she was last seen. She was wearing a blue and white striped t-shirt with khaki pants. Her parents say she may be with 2 young men she's connected with on Snapchat.
Yo, what?
I would have never.
What is a 14-year-old girl doing with 2 grown men, bro? That's crazy, man.
But the thing that's throwing me off is that she lives in a gated community. Which, you know how they are where it's like, it's a circle of houses.
Right.
And if you're going to go for a walk, it's kind of like you have to drive out of the gated community.
Right.
It's not just like right there.
Right.
Like she has to go around the circle of houses.
A gated community usually have a guard in the front.
Yeah, like
for you to get in.
You know what's going on. It's gated for a reason.
She probably was.
And you can't get in the gated community unless you're let in by the residents.
Right, exactly.
Which means that she would have to let them in.
Exactly. So that's crazy. But 14-year-old, you know what I'm saying? No young girl should be out by herself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't know self-defense or you're not educated on what to watch out for, come on, bro. Nah. Like this ain't like back in the days, man, when we was young. When, you know what I'm saying? Nah, it's different today.
Yeah.
It's different today. Go ahead.
2 young men she's connected with on Snapchat.
I would have never imagined something like this happening. Never, ever imagined something like this happening. So Diane, if you see this, please come home.
If you know where she is, here's another picture of her. Please share it on social media.
She probably can't come home.
Contact Cobb
She probably
County
can't.
Police.
How the hell her parents know that she might have met up with 2 boys? You know, this is a little bit suspicious to me. This tells me that there's a possibility that this girl might have ran away, or if she didn't run away, there's a possibility that she might have got tangled up with some boys who coerced her into these kind of things.
Right.
And that's why I say when it comes to parents, y'all gotta do y'all due diligence and keep an eye on y'all daughters and speak to them. You know, don't wait till they're like 25 or don't wait till they're like 18, 17 to talk to them about life, relationships, sex, boys, and predators. You gotta talk to them early. You can't just try to protect your kids from the evils of the world because you want to maintain their innocence. You need to keep your kids educated about this kind of shit because this girl's been missing for the past 2 weeks and her parents have no idea where she is, but some way, somehow, they already know that she's probably with 2 boys. How the hell do they know that?
And her parents say she may be with 2 young men she's connected with on Snapchat.
I would have never imagined something like this happening.
A lot of times, human traffickers will sometimes be your own significant other. You'll be 14, 15 years old, dating a 25, 27-year-old, and a lot of times that dude will probably manipulate you and coerce you into making him some money because he's struggling, or how to get your own money because he thinks you're struggling. So he'll coerce you into things like prostitution, and he's really selling you, and believe it or not, he's really being your pimp, and you don't even subconsciously realize it because you think you have to do this in order to please this guy. You know, what's fucked up about the epidemic of human trafficking is that I noticed that a lot of people don't care, or a lot of people just don't talk about it. And it's kind of built like that for a reason. And the reason why a lot of your favorite celebrities don't talk about human trafficking is because, no tea, no shade, a lot of them are a part of it. The reason why a lot of your favorite celebrities don't really talk about human trafficking is because a lot of them, if you didn't know, were on Jeffrey Epstein's flight list. Jeffrey Epstein is one of the most infamous human traffickers in history who allegedly killed himself in jail via suicide by hanging himself. So that's why a lot of celebrities don't talk about it. That's why you guys don't hear about it in the media. You think that it's not a big deal because it's not forced in your face. So that's the video for another day. Not to be insensitive, but let's just be real here. Human trafficking needs to be talked about more, and it's kind of fucked up and annoying how we never really hear about it. If you're not going anywhere where there's security or there's police, you need to carry some type of protection. If you're someone that walks home alone, or you stand by the bus stop, or you're someone that literally walks to your car at night after work, you need to have some type of protection, protect yourself. Because let's say some bullshit happens, God forbid, and you have no means to protect yourself. Get a kitchen knife, get some box cutters, get some bear spray, get some pepper spray, get one of those little alarms that you yank out the yarn and it just literally rings loud as fuck. Get one of those things, because your protection and your safety is very valuable and is very important. Human traffickers are going to do everything they can to make sure they get access to you. Some of them even have like their own access to their own private internet. A lot of them don't even need data or Wi-Fi to access internet. Some of them have like their own little dark web where all they can do is just take out their phone and they have access to a certain portal where they have access to all these clients, these customers, and these rich people. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with P-Gate. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people who are involved with this whole P-Gate shit, a lot of them have their own private group chat, their own private email sphere where they can all message each other. And a lot of them use actual code words to disguise what they really mean. So these are all the code words that were released to the public many years ago to describe salacious acts that a lot of people use when they're trying to engage with adolescents. So as you guys can see, there's hot dog, pizza, cheese, pasta. All these are code words that pedophiles have used on private forums, and the list goes on. Ice cream, walnut, green, cheese, tomatoes, you name it. So I really wish more people would burn down, rally, and, you know, burn down places that were tied to human trafficking. Like, what's that other place, Wayfair? It's funny how a lot of us forgot about Wayfair. How we forgot about how Wayfair was naming their furniture after missing children, and they were charging their furniture up most like $5,000 to $10,000. It's funny how we forgot all about that. And if you try to look up information about the whole Wayfair human trafficking allegations, it always says, it's been debunked, fact check. That's their favorite word. Google can fucking suck a dick. They're always on some fact check, it's been debunked. That's their favorite word, fact check and debunk. None of that shit's been debunked and none of it's been fact checked. Because if you actually look at the fact checking and you look at the debunking, it's always some biased bullshit that was obviously written by some college intern who's trying to shift the narrative to their personal opinion. But that's all I gotta say about that. Hope you guys gained something for this particular video. Understand, human trafficking is on the rise. It's not going anywhere. Protect yourself, protect your damn children, hide your kids, hide your wife, because they're not coming after kids, but they're coming after your ass too. Don't go out too late, and remember, nothing good ever happens after midnight. So if you're leaving the house after midnight...
So yeah, man, so I just wanted to just put this video out, because it hit home, man, you know, and
yeah,
it's dangerous out here. I mean, even as a grown man, I'm always on point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't think that just because I'm grown that it can't happen to me. It can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? At any age, you know what I'm saying? The young lady in Chicago, she worked for the post office. I think she was like 26 or something like that, 26, 27. And she left for work and never returned.
Yeah.
Her parents don't know what happened to her.
That's crazy.
Nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you gotta stay on your A game. We have to educate ourselves first as parents, and then we have to educate our children so they can be safe and know what to watch out for.
Yeah.
Like he said, it's on the rise. It ain't going nowhere. And you know, we are now the prey. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like, we got to make sure that we really do what we have to do to stay safe, in this world, because these people don't care about you. They really don't. They don't care, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to hurt a human being, it doesn't bother them. To hurt you, it doesn't bother you. Like, it doesn't bother them to put you in a sex ring and then just let people just abuse you sexually. It doesn't bother them to kill you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother these people. They are demonic. Mm-hmm. So it's up to us to educate ourselves. And so, you know, Pop Dukes, once again, Family Table Talk. Let me hit y'all with this video, man. Share this video. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And just peep the game, man. Don't.
Yeah.
You know,
especially for the moms and dads out there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, grandchildren, like, people got grandchildren, people got nieces, they got nephews. Come on, man. Like, we gotta be like really. It's like, it's crazy, man. Yeah. It's crazy, man. So
it
you
is.
know, So I mean, salute to Choice for doing this video, man. And
thanks. That was a good video for real.
You're taking the time out, man. But you know, I had to let me come on here and just like share this video because it really it like really bothers me, man. That 500,000 children is missing every year, and that's only in this country. We ain't talking about in Europe. We ain't talking about in the Asian countries. We ain't talking about in Africa. We just talking about here in America.
Yeah.
You feel me? So imagine worldwide. It's crazy. So man, shout out to everybody, man. Be safe, man. Be positive, man. Peace. We out.
Peace out.